Ni wega muno makiria wa urathie na mbere gwikarania hamwe na ithwe we kuria guothe uratwa mukira guko ni gwa Kameme TV na maya ni Mohoro Gitau mutawari witu na njira ya cieko ni Wangui wa Mwangi ritwa riakwa ni Mubi wa Shege na tukiambiriria thirikari ni yugite ni kwambiriria kuriha arugamiriri a igeranio cia mwaka wa 2022 iria matarihitwo ni kamiti ya igeranio NEC ona thutha wao kurikia wira wao. Minister wa Githomo Ezekiel Machogu ni woheanite riboti ino akiuga ciringi bilioni 2 ni cigitwo keheri-ini niguo gutigirira thire uria wothe NEC iri naguo ni wariho hamwe na andu aria mahetwo kandarathi itiganite cia igeranio.
Kia manyata urora tabanitwo ni mumbunge wa guku John Mukunji. Minister Ezekiel Machogu atariria umwa mbesa niguo gitumi kinene kira ruvunge ruru ruracirithiretie ruria igeranio mbesa gwa kavinda ka mieri 6. Machogu atariria ni magokoro makiumbika mitaratara iria gutigirira mathina ta mama matikonekana ringi matukuri maukite.
Serikali ile mwaka ngine ilitoa 9.6 billion ambaye ilitengeneza madarasa karibu 10,000. Mwaka huu ambaye tuko mheshimiwa, na ndio nasema shukrani sana kwa waheshimiwa wetu kwa sababu tunaendelea kushirikiana kuhakikisha ya kwamba any infrastructural development that is required like laboratories, as we move on progressively we will be able to mitigate on that particular program.
Kwa kithithoro ya ruvunge rwa mathomo ni ruratanya kwandika arutani 25,000 mwaka riyo. Machogu auga ni magokoro makiriva mathire mamwigano wa bilioni 2.5 kwene kandarathi aria matumire irathi cia CBC.
This year alone the government is going to employ 24,000 teachers, a number that we have not had for many years. This is because His Excellency the President is able to recognize and appreciate that yes, we have to have enough teachers in our schools so that proper quality teaching can be able to go on.
Kavinda ribwaka Machogu agwatamba muvango wa mumbunge John Mukunji wa gutararutwa maundu megie mathomo taranda na maundu megie mawira na miturire guko gitaraga mbunge ria ingi kwambiriria muvango toyo uria mumbunge John Mukunji ugite ugakoragwa wa mwaka.
Why can we kill a spirit of showing somebody is good at something? Ni muhimu sana turudi kwa hiyo maneno ndio tuweze kusaidia watu wetu. Na even if you are best in football, you are also best in something. If you are not good in math and you are the best musician and dancer in school, pia kukuwe na bunch ya kuonyesha wewe ukidance watu wote wanatulia kwanza wakuwatch. Si kweli? That is what I stand for and that is what I want to say.
Kona mworoto muthenya mathomo ni gutuga thukuru iri gakorwa cikite wega igeranio cia gibururi. Mukunji uria ruvunge rwa mathomo kuvangaga mathukuru na uri gakorwa cikite wega igeranio ri akiuga undu uyu ni kugacithiria mathomo.
Mimi I stand with the spirit of competition in our schools. Watu wengi sana argue otherwise. Wanasema wataki shule ikuwe ina perform inaonyesha imeperform the best, ingine hivi. I stand strongly to say that we need to return the spirit of competition in our schools.
Vanduri va Kameme TV ni thukuru wa Kangaru kaunti ya Embu ni Beta Dennis Fundi.
Na ngwataniro ya Azimio iri na mucemanio na ambunge ayo kwaririria mwerekera uria ngwataniro eno ekuoya mbere ya mirurungano iria etitio ya thikũ 3 ya kung'ethanira na thirikari iguru rigie ngarama ya iguru ya muturire. Kwambiriria muthi wa gatatu kiumia giki kwa ihinda riri mutongoria wa aria nini bunge-ini ya bururi Opiyo Wandayi niwe urarekereria ndumiriri yake. Reke tuthie mwena ucio tuthikiririe ni mariko marathie na mbere.
Take hire your militia, as many as you want to hire, but the people will not leave the streets. Namna hiyo? Yes. So I think I want to leave it at that point and ask my brother, the honorable leader, Senator Mazayo, to continue.
Yes. Sorry. I'll continue from where my brother Opiyo has left. We do not understand Kenya Kwanza's obsession with seeing and doing what Kenyans have not asked for. As far as we know, Kenyans have never asked for funds to be launched. Kenyans have specifically asked for the cost of goods to come down and taxes to be reduced. But Kenya Kwanza is talking about deficit and funds. We have seen Kenya Kwanza resorting to the tired and bigoted phrases like "load of violence." It won't work. People don't care. All that the people want is food. And decent standard of living. If Kenya Kwanza has a price of peace, has a prince of peace who can't provide food, no amount of character assassination of his challenger will sway Kenyans. People want food. We have seen Kenya Kwanza purport to be sharing with Kenyans the Right Honorable Raila Odinga's political history. How ridiculous can they get? We now challenge the same members of parliament to share with us the political history of William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua from 1990 to date. They started it. Let them go to the full length. We take note that the Kenya Kwanza MPs have threatened to mobilize their supporters to counter protesters whom they believe are supporters of Azimio. Again, Kenya Kwanza is missing the point and getting it wrong. The thousands of Kenyans turning up for protests are not just Azimio supporters. They are Kenyans from across all political and non-political formations who have been brought together by suffering. The protesters are from Azimio, Ford Kenya, ANC, and even Kenya Kwanza. The people realize they don't eat government. People eat food and they want food. People realize that having voted for a party or for a president who does not put food on the table, all the same, we welcome Kenyans. I will repeat that. People eat food and they want food. People realize that having voted for a party or a president does not put food on the table. All the same, we welcome Kenya Kwanza MPs to protests on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. If they come with violence and murder, Kenya Kwanza supporters will be among the victims. We take note that Kenya Kwanza members of parliament have resolved to cooperate with the police to ensure that there's no further loss of life and livelihoods. We know what this means. It means confirming protesters with members of that killer squad called Operation Support Unit, whose brief is to maim, kill protesters, including Azimio leaders. In this regard, we take great exceptions to the continued threats to life of our leader, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. As propagated by senior leaders of the Kenya Kwanza regime, there will be a price to pay for those threats. We are shocked that Kenya Kwanza is talking of those who orchestrate, plan, and finance violence, and occasion mass displacements of civilian population and business deemed to be owned by people from other communities. That sounds like Kenya Kwanza. The sponsors of the greatest violence and murder and displacements in Kenyan history are in Kenya Kwanza. Kenya Kwanza members of parliament need to know the history of the leaders of their parties, of their party. The men and women who have sponsored violence, evicted communities, and taken over their land.
Haya, no tugukorwo tukirumirira maria mothe megukorwo makiyumiria mwena ucio ngwataniro ya Azimio igithie na mbere kurekereria mitaratara iria mareire mbere ya mirurungano ya ukiumia giki na tukimurika riboti ingi igwatini riteanirie cira uria uragumeire mutungatiri Gilbert Deya wigie wici na wendia wa ciana kwitukira mucirithania Robinson Ondieki igoti riugite mwena wa thitango ni uremetwo ni kurekereria wira muiganu wigie cira ucio mwaka wa 2017 niguo mutungatiri Deya ahundurirwo guku bururi-ini kuma bururi-ini wa Ngeretha niguo ahingurirwo thitango cia wici wa ciana. Deya arathitangitwo na mahitia matano ma wici wa ciana cia thi wa miaka 14 gatagati-ini ka mwaka wa 2002 na 2004 guku Nairobi. Thutha wa kurekereria rio Deya niaranirie na andiki a mohoro nja wa igoti. Haya, reke tukorwo tukimurika riboti ingi kwa ihinda riri na kambuni cia gukombithia mbeca na njira ya thimu ni igwetetwo gukorwo ari cio kihumo gia kunyiha kwa umithio sako-ini itiganite. Riu kambuni ici igitharana akombi na SACCOs ningi gukundera kwa umithio wa Akenya undu umwe na kurituha kwa garama ya muturire ni kugwetetwo ta undu uhutitie SACCOs na njira nene. Akenya aingi magikora makiremererwo ni kuriha ngombo iria moya. Mwandiki witu Batero wa Mwangi no tuharirie riboti ino.
Hindi ya kigomano gia thothaiti itiganite mwena wa Naivasha kaunti-ini ya Naikuru maundu matiganite nimagwetetwo gukorwo mahutitie mirutire ya wira ya SACCOs makiria kumana na ucindani wa kwigwatira kombi. Ongerereku wa kambuni cia gukombithania mbeca kwitukira thimu cia moko ukagwetwo ta thina umwe hutitie SACCOs na njira nene.
Most SACCOs are lending to their customers, but we now also know that there are also many other institutions that are lending, not just SACCOs. Banks are there. We now have all these money lenders that are virtual. They are more accessible, and therefore there's a lot of competition, with the SACCOs.
Kambuni ici kagwetwo kurihe ucindani munene wa kombi riu SACCO igicungiririo kurika tharano-ini ya kombi nacio.
We need to move from the fact that they can only survive with salaries, so we also want to create value and show them there are other ways you can get income and be able to service your loans and be able to continue well with life.
Kuringana na murugamiri munene wa SACCO ya Safaricom Joseph Joroge, SACCO ikoretwo igitungana na mathina ma kunyiha kwa kombi cia ikuhi.
We have to have a mind shift on the value proposition for our customers. We focus more on innovation and we also change the way we do our things.
Kwatiririka kimuhuko kwa Kenya ingi makiria aria muhuko muhuthu na kuoga gwetwo ta undu ucungiriirie kunyiha kwa Kenya aria maraiga kana gukomba SACCO-ini.
We face the same challenges of default. We face the same challenges of shrinking incomes for our members. So I would say all of us are in the same industry and we are all affected in a particular way.
Economy is not doing well, then it means that the shilling getting to the customer's pocket is got many competing needs, and therefore there would definitely be some challenge.
Jane Kaimuru kuma SACCO ya thukuru wa University ya Egerton agataririo ria SACCO cia mathukuru ikoretwo ihatiriirio kuona mathukuru maingi makoretwo magomeirwo ni mathina ma gucerithirio mbeca ciamo mahinda kwa mahinda.
Universities have had challenges in the year, so our biggest challenge is loan default because they've not been able to get their salaries as expected. For example, Egerton University has been receiving 60% salaries for the last 2 years. So as a SACCO, we want to adjust their loan repayments, and of course their savings were also affected. So that's our biggest challenge.
Naguo watho mweru wa kigino kagweto kugia na uhotekeku wa kuibaibia mathina ma igithia SACCOs kuona umithio wao ya gukundera.
Most of these SACCOs are member based. These are employees of various organizations. So when, for instance, there is an increase, there is a housing levy, for instance, that means that the employee is getting lesser money into their pocket.
Hadini ya Kameme TV retora kwa ni Bataru wa Mwagi.
Na muigi wa South Gariama mwena wa Mwea kaunti-ini ya Kirinyaga ni uhinyiriirio gwithema turianime aria makoretwo makimetia besha niguo mamukire taito cia migunda yao kuringana na mutongoria wa aria aige bunge-ini ya kaunti ya Kirinyaga Muriithi Kibinga. Atongoria marahura uteti na mugunda uyu makiuga ni uragaywo ringi indi minister wa migunda augite kiria gitigarite no guthurima ene migunda eno.
Ngucanio ya ihinda iraya ya mugunda wa South Gariama mwena wa Mwea kaunti-ini ya Kirinyaga ikirie guthira kugerera unyitaniri gatagati ga thirikari nene na ya kaunti gutigirira ikari ni megwatira taito cia migunda yao. Kuringana na mutongoria wa rege bunge-ini ya Kirinyaga na uria niwe MCA wa Gariama Muriithi Kibinga, kuri na andu maretia ikari ciringi 5,000 niguo maheo taito makihunjia ndeto ati mugunda uyu ni uragaywo ringi.
Thirikari ya kaunti itina interest ya migunda ya South Gariama asimaretia mbia ni kama retia mbia cia kwiguna cia kumuteithia. Thirikari iramuteithia kwa muthegeke atia
Minister wa migunda thirikari-ini ya kaunti ya Kirinyaga Reverend Kajobe akinyiriirie ati mugunda uyu nduragaywo ringi na mararumirira watho wa igoti rinene wa guthuthuria maratathi ma ene mugunda uyu.
Jaji ni athire mwaka muthiru, jaji wa Kirugoya wa ELC agioka akiuga interested parties ciothe under leadership ya county commissioner tusemanye kura Kirugoya Mbundiru wa county commissioner. He was very specific wa county commissioner nigetha wona gwasemanye kwa county commissioner Kirugoya na gukibeana specific date na tugisemania ara othe mari interested na ara othe methi ni wasira ucio nigetha tuke tuiguanire uria tuku implement the Isaac Lenaora ruling kana judgment.
Kajobe ongereire ati mugunda uyu ni wagairwo hindi ya thirikari ya muthubari na ene makiheo maratathi.
Ibinda ria mieri eri ya South Gariama minister PS wa ministry wa ya land national bese iseto aside siako implement ya mwetago adjudication process. Na bese sijatika set aside adjudication ni yeko. Adjudication ni barodi agana maratathi maku ML ukaruga mamugunda-ini urugane watu. Na nituramenya kwina andu mena maratathi meingi o mundu akaruga mamugunda-ini wake bau bakibaritu mugunda ngikorwo ni waku kinite ndukuthi kuruga mamugunda-ini waku.
Igoti rinene riaheanire nginyagia mweri-ini wa 10 mwaka uyu thirikari ya kaunti gukaheana riboti ya uria mihango ya guthurima ene mugunda uyu ikoretwo igitwarithio na mbere.
Aria othe marathiuruga makiugaga ati igoti rioigire ati mugunda ucio gayo ringi ni mabeni na ni maku. Undu wa keri jaji ndanoiga ati mieri-ini iri South Gariama ati niroka kugayo upya itiraga upya ni wika adjudication ya aria meko kana hiki mateko no ni makirima beneficiary interest ya mugunda wa South Gariama.
Handu-ini ha Kameme TV kaunti-ini ya Kirinyaga Gitau Wainaina wa Kierie.
Na mubunge wa Kandara Chege Njuguna ni akomithitie mirurungano iria ikoretwo igithie na mbere guku bururi-ini akiuria thirikari ithitangie mutongoria wa Azimio Raila Odinga. Aritie maya hindi ya mihango ya uheani wa basari ya muigano wa shiringi milioni 32 kuri arutwo othe a mathukuru ma kuinukwo gicigo-ini giake gia Kandara. Njuguna oigite uthukangia wa indo uria wonekanite ni munene na andu matari na mahitia gukua mirurungano-ini ino ni undu utagirirwo ni kurekererio uthie na mbere. Chege augite atongoria aria maratongoria kana gubanga mirurungano ino magirirwo ni gwikio ngono na kuhingurirwo thitango amugutire mundu uri iguru wa watho.
Mundu agoka kuhea kura ahotweteke na nikwenda kwirarira kaundu kamwe na ndemurithikania kaundu kamwe ni Chege wa Njuguna mweri wena na last time ni ndahotirwo gicagurano na itiguo na ndio kire guku ngihoya kura mukesi ya kuigana nie ndiathire maandamano nie ndiathire guthokia properties nie ndiathire gutuma andu makoragwo nie ndacokire kuri inywe andu akwa ngithuruka kandara ngima ngimucokagiria ngatho njire Mr Odinga o hariari ni njire mune thiaga uguo agetwe na riigwa Gikuyu na ngonda igwa Gikuyu he andu mangimutariria Gikuyu wega anyone nigo muthurukia Kenya na mbeca ciakwa athiakiraga andu ni thengio ni ndimuhaire kura ona okorwo citiganire hindi ringi ni ngaco.
Na riri mwena wa mung'ethaniro uthiite na mbere na kwihariria kurika mirurungano-ini ungi wa thiku ithatu kwambiriria muthe wa gatatu kiumia giki gikundi kia atongoria kaunti-ini ya Kiambu nimoritie thirikari ikie ngono atongoria a Azimio kurumirira wanangaki munene wa indo uria ukoretwo ukionekana mirurungano-ini ino. Atongoria aya matongoretio ni munini wa gavana wa Kiambu hamwe na abunge matiganite nio maikitie ritana riri. Mwandiki witu Mathew Ndung'u niwe wina riboti ino.
Thikũ igĩrĩ tu mbere ya ngwatanĩro ya Azimio gũcokereria mĩrũrũngano yao ya kiumia gĩkĩ, rĩu atongoria kaunti-inĩ ya Kiambu marendekithia atongoria ya Azimio gũikio ngono kumana na wanangĩki mũnene wa indo cia andũ kĩũmbe na cia mũingĩ, o ũndũ ũmwe na ikuũ iria ikoretwo igĩcũngĩrĩrio nĩ mĩrũrũngano ĩyo. Atongoria maugite ti kihoto kuona mutongoria wa mung'ethaniro Raila Odinga na arunake makiunirwo maitho ni thirikari thutha wa kwagagia thayo wa muingi, riu makihoya makinya marumu ma kiwatho gutacukio niguo kugitira muingi kumana na wanangiki uria ukoretwo ukioneka.
Na gutiri mundu urenda kwandamana wi karibu kana gwitikirio kuingira Gatũndũ North tondu ithui na jesi itu twihariirie kuhinga bara kwi mundu o wothe ungienda kurehe maandamano Gatũndũ North. Na nijui uguo noguo tiguthanĩirie ta atongoria Kiambu County ni tutirenda maandamano, tukwenda maundu maria mothe mathina maria mekuo marorwo na njira ya kwaranĩria nigetha tutige guthukia indo cia andu na andu matige gukua.
Matongoretio ni munini wa gavana wa Kiambu Rosemary Kirika na mũmbunge wa Gatũndũ ya Rũgongo Elijah Njoroge Kururia. Atongoria ni moritie Kenya kuhe thirikari kamweke kugũithia thogora wa muturire, makiuga thirikari ni yarĩire mitaratara miega gukinyanĩria ũndũ ũcio.
Enda kuiguaga news tukirwo ni andu aigana makuire, tutienda kuiguaga news tukirwo ni ngari cigana cicinirwo, tukirwo ni mabiacara maigana atia maratuika affected ni tondu wa maandamano. Turenda o mundu haria ari tugie na debate ya ithuothe Kenyans kurania atiriri, ithuothe tunyitanire ri tungihota gwika maundu mariku twi hamwe nigetha turehe ngarama ya muturire thi.
Nginya gukorwo na miario tondu gutire hindi andu mangikorwo no gukua marakua, thirikari yumitie mwena umwe na Azimio makeyumia mwena uyu ungi na andu no gukua marakua. No nginya President William Ruto mena Raila Odinga mamenye kihonia kia maundu maria mararĩrĩrio nigetha gutige kugia na mathina maria mekuo.
O atongoria ni moritie ikaria Kiambu kwa guthie mirurungano iri hariirio, makimahoya gutwarithia mihango yao na mbere niguo gwikura thina-ini na guteithia bururi kugacirithia utonga waguo.
Na koguo ndenda kunyitanira ona andu aria marucite andu ao ni tondu wa maandamano, na ngera andu aitu a Kiambu matikae gwitikira kunyitanira na maandamano muthenya orono umwe tondu maandamano macio no makurehe hathara. Maandamano mau no matume mundu orirwo ni muturire wake, maandamano macio no matume biashara cicoke na thi, na hindi yo mundu aimira athie gwika maandamano ndanahota ona guthie kuruta wira uria arutaga.
Micemanio no irekwo ya maandamano irekwo ni mundu wa kawaida ta nie kana mundu uria ungi. ingĩrĩ mũnyite na ngekio cero no Raila Odinga mabangaga mũcemanio indo ciene ikaiywo indo ingĩ igathũkio andũ angĩ magakua angĩ me thibitarĩ magacoka hwaĩ-inĩ makainũka kwao mũciĩ na matinyitagwo nĩ thirikari kwĩrwo mandĩke on a statement nĩ twĩrwo kana watho nĩ wa andũ amwe na wa andũ arĩa angĩ.
Azimio merũmĩte kĩni mĩrũrũngano no ĩgũthiĩ na mbere rita rĩrĩ makĩhĩta kũmĩthagania thikũ ithatũ harĩ kiumia magĩthing'ĩrĩria thirikari gũteanĩria watho wa kĩgĩna wa mwaka wa 2023-2024 nĩguo kũgũithia thogora wa mũtũrĩre ũrĩa ũthiĩte na mbere na kũhatĩrĩria Kenya. Handũ-inĩ ha Kameme TV kuma taũni-inĩ ya Ruiru kaunti-inĩ ya Kiambu, rĩtwa rĩakwa nĩ Matthew Ndung'u.
Na riboti ĩyo ya Matthew Ndung'u nĩyo egũtũhingĩra mohoro maitũ kwa ihinda rĩrĩ, na ngatho mũno makĩria nĩ ũndũ wa ũnyitanĩri waku mũtũri witũ na njĩra ya ciĩko Auma wa Ngui wa Mwangi. Rĩtwa rĩakwa nĩ Mũmbi wa Chege, thiĩ na mbere gũcagũra ceceni ya Kameme TV.